Who is the greatest footballer of all time? It is a question that seems almost impossible to answer, and yet today I am going to attempt to answer this question. I'm going to narrow it down to 5 players. So, most people try to take this in one direction, right? They either go with goals, stats, trophies, Ballon d'Ors, and when you start going there, it just seems like it's impossible to answer because each of those answers a different question. And so what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to find some way to balance all of these amazing football players, right? I'm going to take skill, I'm going to take how successful they were, their trophies, their Ballon d'Ors, their awards, their goals, and try and balance it out. So, the 5 greatest footballers of all time. This debate, well, let's be honest, this debate got a lot more difficult once Lionel Messi won his World Cup in 2022. The man who completed football, as they say. Well, in 5th place, we have none other than Zinedine Zidane, the French football player, the maestro. He has established himself as a world-class coach, and honestly, he is in the talks of one of the greatest coaches in his career. But today we are focusing on him as a football player. So, what are his achievements? He has scored 156 goals and won 15 trophies. Here are the big league trophies. He has won a World Cup, a Euro, 1 Champions League trophy, which honestly took me by surprise, 2 Italian championships, 1 Spanish championships, and those are the big leagues. His personal accomplishments, which is where we're going to focus a lot, because teams win trophies. Personal accomplishments, though, are for each individual player. So, his personal accomplishments. Well, he won 3 of the best FIFA's Men's Players Award, 1 Ballon d'Or, 1 UEFA Best Player in Europe, and then he's got some other accomplishments that all amount to a total of 9 personal accomplishments. Now that moves us to the question, who is number 4 on our list? In number 4, Diego Maradona, the Argentinian with the hand of God goal that won them the World Cup. He has scored 353 goals, 12 trophies. As we've mentioned, one of those was a World Cup. 2 times he was an Italian champion and 2 Europa trophies as well. His personal accomplishments are in total of 9. And that brings us to 3rd place. Pelé, the Brazilian with 3 World Cup trophies. That is absolutely amazing. 767 goals, 26 trophies, 3 World Cups, 6 times the Brazilian League champions, 2 of the Copa Libertadores. Excuse the pronunciation if it's a little bit off. His personal accomplishments, ironically only 6 times a top goal scorer, and it brings us to 2nd place. Lionel Messi, the man to win the 3rd World Cup for Argentina. 802 goals, 42 trophies, and the 1 World Cup in 2022, as we mentioned, 1 Copa America, 4 European Champions Leagues, 3 FIFA Club World Cups, 10 La Ligas. That amount is astonishing. 10 La Ligas, 2 League Ones with PSG, and then here is another staggering number. Personal accomplishments, 51. In those, 3 times the best FIFA awards, 8 Ballon d'Ors, 3 times UEFA Best Player in Europe, and then many others with top goal scoring, and so on. We've only mentioned the really big ones. And that leads us to number 1. And that brings us to number 1, Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese talisman with 800 19 goals, 34 trophies, and at first, it's why has he got the throne? Well, let's look at some of the numbers. 1 time as a European champion, 5 Champions Leagues, 5 FIFA Club World Cups, 3 English championships, 2 Italian championships, 2 Spanish championships, and a host of other trophies, including a Nations League as well for Portugal. The personal accolades at 56. Well, what do they include? 3 times the FIFA's best FIFA's men's player, 5 Ballon d'Ors, 4 UEFA Best Player in Europe, and there are a host of others as well, including a Puskas Award. So, how and why did these players get their position? Well, trophies are not won alone, and when you look at certain Ballon d'Ors or certain awards, the number of trophies, that is a team effort. In terms of personal accomplishments, we really felt that this list showed that. Something to note as well. Pele and Diego Maradona played at a time when they could not win the Ballon d'Or. Only in 1995 was a player outside of Europe allowed to win it. So who knows how many Ballon d'Ors they would have won between themselves. Well guys, that's our top 5. Hey guys, if you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is one of those great debates, and we are just honestly have to admit something. We're all lucky that we are living at a time where we got to watch Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. In terms of football, football is the theater, and these two absolutely performed, and at the end of the day, we're just privileged to have been alive at the same time as these 2 greatest of all time football players.